So about a year ago, I was watching President Obama's State of the Union address, and it was very influenced by 9/11. Like all things in our world are now. 9/11 defined our generation. I was in fourth grade when it happened, and so that really was like, I don't know how far back I can remember, whatever, but I can't remember much before that. I mean, maybe second grade, first grade. Like I can remember little snapshots, but I don't have like a concrete memory of before 9/11. Like my entire childhood has been defined by that one single horrible event. And so much has changed in our world since then. The way we relate to each other, the way we relate to other countries, other people, how we react to difference, how we define ourselves as Americans, and sometimes that can be so problematic, the way we react to different things in the world. And so then I was thinking, how are these kids that are coming of age now, or how are these kids who are like, I don't know, 10 years old, who were born in 2001, how do they know our history? How do they understand 9/11? How do they understand this war that we've been fighting for their entire lives? How would they react to all of this? And it's really weird to think about. Like, a child's understanding of our country is influenced by these speeches that, like President Obama's, where they say, if any terrorists come after us, we will defeat you. And I don't know, it's just so, I don't know how to react to it. And so I was just so frustrated by those ideals of we are the best, when really we're not the best anymore. And so I was motivated to write a poem. And so this is my reaction to 9/11. Okay, before I read this poem, I feel like I have a little disclaimer to make because I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. I am so thankful for all of the service members that are fighting overseas and here at home for our country. I appreciate all of the sacrifices that are being made every day for the past decade and before that, and I thank you so much. I do not want to lessen the experience of any family members who have lost loved ones or friends on 9/11 or in the decade since, and yes, so thank you. We've all wanted to be ballerinas, astronauts, presidents, veterinarians, to fight the wars of our fathers before we knew what it did to our mothers, to save the world, to save ourselves from those tears sweeping down our mother's cheek as she watches them fall. I do not know what this means. So I blow out the candles on each birthday cake, each extinguished flame signifying a new day, not understanding this new day was dawned long ago. As we spent the days in sandboxes, the sand smudged on the bathroom tiles, counting down the fireflies locked away in the jar with the holes on top, not quite disturbing their peace, but letting them breathe in our exhilaration, not letting ourselves breathe in that same breath anymore. For the times of not yet being tall enough to ride at the fair, but genuine enough to know what is right in this world that has passed, and new trials and tribulations have rooted into the very fabric of our being. Now we realize what made our mother's eyes mist on that sunny day spent on the swings at recess, when we thought we liked Johnny, but maybe Ashley liked him too. Would we have liked to have known what was happening at that moment of upheaval as we sang our hymns of childhood desires and history books were being scripted? Let us stop to listen to the protest of the children we once were, to breathe in the fogged air of those who came and beat the paths before us into this new age of revolution. Where once we knew what was true, we now stamp our brethren with false hope and preconditions for what? For they did not want to be ballerinas or astronauts or mothers or fathers, for their hopes are not tattooed on their backs in the constellations of burdens we have placed there, with our bare hands wiped clean there, or so we say. So now we go to fight the wars of our fathers, knowing what it does to our mothers, to ourselves, carrying ammunition of centrist pride and aggression where once we carried lunch boxes with Superman on them. Is this how you play Superman? Play God? Don't you see, dear, that the fireflies have stopped shining and our hearts have stopped beating in the rhythm we once approved? This beat filled with guilt or adoration for something not natural, like the duet of towers that came crashing down upon our childhoods, filling our sandboxes with ashes and inheritance. Do not forget that day when our mothers cried, but still remember that mothers cry every day in lands unknown for birthday candles that have ceased to be lit. So I implore you to look into the eyes of a child who knows not of the time before, and you will see that it remains the same, that they see not the sparks of bullets or of hate, but those of fireflies. So yeah, that was my poem. Yeah, I got serious. It's a downer, but let me know what you think.